Nobody thought that the Cardinals, who are one of the hottest teams in the history of football, the best record in all of the NFL. Kyler Murray handling everything with such grace and class and excited for the next game and ready to go. Seems to be motivated, more consistent than ever. Cliff Kingsbury, another year as an experienced NFL head coach. The defense flying around. They're at home on Monday night. And although their record maybe earlier in the year wasn't fantastic at home, this felt like an evening in which Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray would put their foots on the neck of the NFC West, but instead, Matthew Stafford, McVay, Kupp, and the boys came into the desert and demolished them. First play of the game, Aaron Donald drove the guard 7 yards into the backfield.
Yeah.
I've never seen a "how you doing? This is how tonight is going to go" happen anywhere near like that on the first play of the game. Last play of the game, he gets a sack as well as a couple others, including Von Miller, made Kyler Murray run around. But I think the tone was set very early that although a couple of their big-time players weren't going to be there, Matthew Stafford was going to show up and show out. Congratulations to the Rams.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Aaron Donald, who's an absolute freak show. What do you have? 3 sacks, a pass deflection, and some other stuff. Absolute monster, great football player. I don't have any doubt that the Arizona Cardinals will bounce back from this, almost like a perfect wake-up call in Week 14. A team coming out of a bye week. Maybe they were getting a little bit too comfortable. They forgot what it was to be the team in the NFL. So in a home game against a division rival who has beat them 9 out of the last 10 times?
McVay, I believe, is at least 9-1 against the Cardinals.
Out of the last 10 times. So now that happens, and, I feel like the entire playoff picture is just one big question mark. The Arizona Cardinals coming out of a bye week look a little clunky. First play of the game, Aaron Donald drives guard 7 yards into backfield, gets a sack, ends it with 1. Had 3 sacks, a pass deflection that led to an interception in the red zone. Took over the game completely. Arizona Cardinals, I think they're going to bounce back. I don't have much worry about them. Maybe this was a good wake-up call for them. What was your takeaway after watching this game, AJ?
It turned into a fun game to watch. I would say, starting on that first play, Aaron Donald, he does things that he makes people look like they're middle schoolers, and it's a crazy thing too. Aaron Donald, he's not a gigantic human. It's unnatural, not unnatural, but a guy shouldn't be able to move like he is. What does he weigh? 295
Aaron Donald
something, with a straight 6-pack. Like that's not. Yeah. He's just such a freak in how he moves and how strong he is. So I think we knew once we saw that first play, like, all right, this may be a fun one for us.
Hey, that's that East Hills water, dude.
Yeah, man, for real. That's his root. Like that goes back to his roots, man. Like that dude is cock strong at all times.
285, by the way, and I saw the video of in his basement, where he grew up in Penn Hills, which is in the East Hills of Pittsburgh. It's next to Plum and Penn Hills used to be a rivalry, and then Penn Hills did beat Plum in basically everything. Just going forward. But they showed a clip of, him working out, and he told his dad after he signed his deal, hey, you can retire now. And they went back to how that's all Aaron Donald loved, was just working out from the very beginning. And now he has a gym at the UPMC training complex that he donated to Pitt. He has his own locker room. I mean, he has dedicated his entire life to being a physically dominant human being. And everybody on earth knows it. Everybody, even people that don't know a lot about football, they say, "Oh, Aaron Donald, he's the really fucking good guy, right?" Because how come Arizona? Do you think? What do you think happened? How?
It's hard to double. If it's a pass rush, or whatever, it's hard to. What are you going to take your tackle and double Aaron Donald?
That's what they've been doing. They've been doing that to him.
I know, but he's great at splitting those doubles too. And then all of a sudden you're screwing the rest of your guys. So you got to try to figure it out. And when a guy is there is definitely. Many plays in each game where Aaron Donald is pretty much unblockable. And the quarterback just has to hope he gets rid of the ball.
How about that James Conner touchdown down in the goal line where Aaron came flying around? Yes. Aaron, by the way, goal line offense, okay? Guy comes scot-free somehow because he just throws a guy, which in of itself is insane because that is the entire goal of that play is to make it a scrum basically so everybody instead Aaron Donald comes scot-free, grabs James Conner who throws him. He gets tossed around 2 people, lands on his feet. Did anybody? He landed on his fucking feet.
Like a cat. You can throw a cat off a roof. Don't they land on their feet?
200. Yeah, because they actually have an ability to open up their body like a parachute and find landing. Yeah, that is a natural ability for the cats to do. It's kind of insane to watch them and have a bunch of little ones roaming around. But at 285, he fucking landed on his feet. The guy is just a freak show. Is he enough, you think, on the defensive side? Obviously, Jalen Ramsey not playing. He's not happy about it, called a bunch of bullshit. And he said, don't even reach out to me, by the way, fucking, all right? To whom it may concern, don't hit me up, please, says Jalen Ramsey, who I am a massive fan of. Do you think the Rams, after last night, you think they're telling themselves, and do you think you have bought in at all that maybe the Rams can go on a run here? I think the Cardinals are going to bounce back. Slow game. They're not great at home. They're going to have to figure that out, obviously, to become a real contender. But off the bye week, got smacked in the mouth by a division rival who didn't have all their players. Maybe they'll bounce back. What about the Rams, though? Matthew Stafford had a game that made me feel like, okay, this is what we thought Matthew Stafford was going to be able to become with Sean McVay's offense. What are your thoughts on the Rams' future now?
I mean, I like him. I really like their defense. Just imagine if Von Miller gets going. Once he gets more comfortable in the scheme and really gets it gets centered there, figure everything out. That is another added element. The dude is an MVP, right? Super Bowl MVP. Was he the MVP of the Super Bowl?
Yeah. I don't know if he was MVP. They probably did. No, they did.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, they did. He batted the ball out of Cam Newton's hand. Give me that.
They had him covering Rondale Moore in a wheel route last night. I'm not sure how comfortable he's going to be with that. I hate when defense coordinators do that.
Yeah. Sometimes that does happen, unfortunately. If they got the right play on here, you have to do that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think it's by design. That's a check, right? Something just happened. You kind of got fucked.
Or the offense guessed right and hey, if they're going to do this and they're going to drop Vaughn to the flat here, we're going to run this wheel right up the seam and see what he does.
Rondale Moore is very quick.
Yeah. Very explosive.
Kyler Murray.
Some of those balls that Stafford threw too were beautiful. Man. That deep over to was it Cooper Kupp?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and there was a couple. I mean, Orlovsky said that the one throw, just immediately after Herbert just had a 70 whatever yard toss off of 2 steps in a bucket, just. Big time moment for Herbert. I mean, that was a massive moment. Orlovsky goes, hate to break to you, this throw is better than that one or whatever. And that's because Orlovsky's friends with Stafford. But I think we all expected this out of Stafford because of if you watched him play or had to play against him or had to watch, he's so fucking talented. And it feels like he has the right mindset to kind of handle.
He's so driven. He's so crazy competitive. I know from playing against him, that dude, if all of a sudden a sword came flying out of the crowd and was stabbing him through his heart, he'd be like, it doesn't matter. We got to finish this drive, guys. We got 30 seconds left. He'd find a way.
Hey, don't take it out. That'll make it bleed more. That's amazing.
Honestly, that's the kind of guy I feel like he is from playing against him.
Broken neck, he's had back, ribs, ankle,
fucked
Detroit.
up fingers and hands and stuff.
Yeah, had Detroit kind of all
That's
over.
just the stuff we know about. We don't know about a lot of the stuff that bothers him.
And he just played. Last night he started limping a little bit, and I was like, Stafford going to be hurt? And I
you
was
see his post-game interview? You see his post-game with Cooper Kupp?
What happened?
I did. I was actually more impressed, and he felt like it looked like he was almost disappointed. They were talking about his connection with Cooper. He's like, I missed a few of them. He definitely wasn't overly excited about the win. This is the best. You could tell he was in his mind. He's like, I got to figger things out.
Cooper, and this is his first year in that offense, right? And Aaron, when Aaron was in the first year with the LaFleur offense, he still had 20-some touchdowns and low single-digit interceptions.
2 or 3, yeah.
Which led to the greatest clip of all time from Aaron. Down years for me are career years for other people. Everybody's talking about me falling off. First year in a brand new offense, threw 2 interceptions and 20-some touchdowns. Get the fuck out of here, basically. But then as he got more comfortable with the offense, obviously, and it's kind of become his offense, I think. I think he has been the one that has told LaFleur, and he and LaFleur have had a great relationship, I think, sitting down saying this is what we want to do. McVay and Stafford, they have 4 years together, probably at least?
Yeah. Have to.
Out there, at least 4 years, maybe? I don't know.
I would imagine McVay definitely wants at least 4 years.
So they're only going to continue to grow, and I think that's probably what Stafford's talking about, where
Stafford will feel so much more comfortable when they start OTAs this offseason. Yeah. It's going to be okay, good. You get that recall, everything. You don't have to. It just becomes second nature, I feel like.
And let's talk about Odell Beckham Jr., 3 straight games with touchdowns in him, obviously. He looks fast, had 70-some yards last night, made some great catches, had the fade 2 games ago or whatever the case. Some people, Justin Jefferson included out of LSU, that LSU alumni wide receiver room is obviously very tight, always have been, always will be. Justin Jefferson said, hey, people are saying that OBJ was the problem in Cleveland. Here we have 3 tuds in 3 weeks with McVay's offense, and McVay loves him. I watched some mic'd up things, and McVay's telling Stafford, hey, tell Odell he's all by himself right here. We are going to Odell Beckham Jr., basically. That is, and they got him going early. They got him going early,
Smart.
which I think
they
is a
use
big
him well.
deal.
I thought they had some beautiful play calling last night by McVay when Stafford he delivered at times. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but man, some of those balls he looked like these guys can make a run.
Hey, we're happy for OBJ, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I am.
How about OBS too? He's pretty pumped.
Oh,
Proves
yeah.
that Cleveland
Almost
stinks
more.
and Baker stinks.
Happy for anybody
They
that
just
gets
won
to
the
escape
game.
Cleveland.
What's that, bud?
Happy for anybody that gets to escape Cleveland and go to a city like LA. That's an awesome story.
Truly.